Hello, my name is Mike Venuti, and today I will be taking you through the overall pitch I began developing over the course of this semester. This game design pitch was developed as a means of sharing my ideas and concepts with a wide margin of people, with a varying level of knowledge or interest in games and their development. Throughout the semester, while I primarily experimented with other forms of media and implementation, I always envisioned this as a digital game one would be able to play via a console or PC. However, in the spirit of exploring solutions, I did take into account the possibility of an analog card game, an app, or a board game. The area that received the most in these experiments was the card game, as these assets could be utilized elsewhere in my process. These card concepts began to heavily influence my overall branding, which you can see in regards to my motion graphics. The concepts all relate back to the idea of character. My goal was to develop a concept that relates back to this overall idea and enforces the belief that these characters are important. While this is applicable to all of my concepts, this is most connected to my original pitch. In my original gameplay loop, most of the gameplay that allows for dynamic player interaction relates back to the idea of character. While the player doesn't really have to care about these interactions, the goal was to enforce the belief that they should. In addition to utilizing this board to compile my own concepts and track development, I also utilized it to catalog my inspirations and elements that influenced my overall concepts. This pitch is a combination of my two fields of study here at UMass. While most of my deliverable assets are linked to graphic design, game design is still something that I am passionate about, and I aim to continue development of this past graduation.